Jacksonville police have released new photos of the suspect in the murder of a transgender woman. Donald James was killed at the Quality Inn in June. So take a look. This is the sketch right here of the suspect, as well as pictures of his car. Police have also released video of the car. After the shooting, they say the suspect entered the passenger side of the vehicle and then left the scene. If you recognize the person in that sketch, please call police.